Have you ever witnessed a front office decision so catastrophically stupid that it makes you question whether some people should be legally prohibited from making basketball decisions? The Dallas Mavericks just pulled off what might be the most short-sighted trade in NBA history, shipping out Luka Dončić because their GM apparently confused February conditioning with career trajectory, and now they're about to watch their former franchise player become the cover story of athletic excellence while wearing purple and gold. This isn't just a bad trade. This is the kind of organizational meltdown that will be studied in business schools for decades as an example of how panic decisions destroy championship windows. While Nico Harrison was nitpicking Doncic's body fat percentage, the Lakers were positioning themselves to acquire a generational talent who just transformed himself into a physical specimen that would make Greek gods jealous. When body shaming meets basketball operations, let's start with the most mind-boggling aspect of this entire fiasco. Harrison looked at a 25-year-old superstar who had played just 50 games due to a calf injury and decided the problem wasn't the injury, it was Doncic's commitment to fitness. The audacity is breathtaking. Imagine being so convinced of your own basketball genius that you trade away a franchise cornerstone because you don't like how he looks in shorts during recovery from injury. Harrison's decision-making process apparently went something like this. Our generational talent is dealing with a nagging calf injury that's limited his playing time, and he doesn't look like a men's health cover model while rehabbing. Clearly, the solution is to trade him away rather than support his recovery process. It's the kind of logic that makes you wonder if some NBA front offices are run by people who've never actually played competitive basketball. The cruel irony is that Dončić was dealing with exactly the kind of injury that would naturally affect his conditioning and mobility. Calf injuries are notoriously stubborn and require careful management to avoid long-term complications. Instead of providing patience and medical support, Dallas chose to interpret his physical condition as evidence of character flaws. The Croatian Transformation chamber, while Harrison was second-guessing his trade decision, Dončić was in Croatia unleashing what can only be described as the most impressive athletic transformation in recent NBA history. This wasn't just a casual summer workout routine, this was a complete physical and mental reconstruction project that would make Navy SEAL training look like recreational yoga. 2 workouts per day, gluten-free low-sugar diet, more than 250 grams of protein daily, intermittent fasting with meals cut off at 8:30 p.m. and resumed at noon the following day. These aren't the habits of someone who lacks commitment. These are the disciplines of an athlete who has decided to become absolutely unstoppable. The most telling aspect of Doncic's transformation is his own assessment. Just visually, I would say my whole body looks better. This is a player who has completely reinvented his physical foundation while maintaining the basketball skills that made him special in the first place. He's not just getting back to his previous level, he's ascending to heights that were previously unimaginable. From out of shape to Men's Health cover model, the symbolic power of Dončić appearing on the cover of Men's Health magazine cannot be overstated. This is the basketball equivalent of a revenge body taken to its ultimate extreme. 5 months ago, Harrison was questioning his conditioning. Now, he's literally the poster child for athletic excellence and physical transformation. Obviously, I'm very competitive, Dončić told the magazine. This summer was just a little bit different, you know? It kind of motivated me to be even better. Translation: getting traded because your GM thought you were soft tends to provide exceptional motivation for proving everyone wrong. The timing couldn't be more perfect or more humiliating for Dallas. While they're trying to rebuild their roster around lesser talents, their former cornerstone is gracing magazine covers and becoming a national symbol of athletic dedication. It's the kind of visual contrast that will haunt Harrison's legacy for the rest of his career. The Lakers' masterclass in patience. Meanwhile, the Lakers demonstrated exactly how championship organizations operate when acquiring transcendent talent. Instead of panicking about short-term conditioning concerns, they recognized that Doncic's basketball genius was the permanent asset worth building around. They understood that physical issues can be addressed, but generational basketball IQ cannot be taught or replicated. Los Angeles now has a superstar who combines elite basketball skills with fresh motivation and a completely transformed physical foundation. Dončić isn't just returning to his previous level, he's evolving into something potentially unprecedented in NBA history. The Lakers got a player with all of his original talents, plus the added fuel of being disrespected by his former organization. The strategic brilliance of the Lakers' approach becomes more apparent with each passing day. They acquired not just a basketball player, but a man on a mission to prove that trading him was the biggest mistake in recent NBA history. That kind of motivation, combined with elite talent, is exactly how championship dynasties are built. The Kobe and Jordan blueprint. Perhaps the most ominous development for the rest of the NBA is Dončić's revelation that he's studying the training habits of Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. These aren't just basketball legends, they're symbols of obsessive excellence and championship mentality taken to their absolute limits. When a player of Dončić's caliber starts modeling his preparation after the most maniacally dedicated champions in basketball history, everyone else should be terrified. He's not just improving his physical condition, he's adopting the psychological approach that separates good players from all-time greats. The fact that he's confident his vertical leap has improved despite building his entire game around footwork and basketball IQ suggests that this transformation goes far beyond surface-level fitness improvements. This is a complete athletic evolution that could unlock aspects of his game that were previously unexplored. The vertical leap revelation Dončić's casual mention that his vertical leap has improved might be the most terrifying development in this entire story. Here's a player who has dominated NBA competition primarily through basketball intelligence, court vision, and technical skill rather than raw athleticism. If he's now adding legitimate explosiveness to that foundation, the league might be completely unprepared for what comes next. The implications are staggering. Dončić was already one of the most difficult players to defend because of his size, skill, and basketball IQ. Now, imagine that same player with improved explosiveness, enhanced conditioning, and the psychological motivation of proving his former team made a historic mistake. This isn't just physical improvement, it's the potential creation of a basketball player who combines the best elements of skill, intelligence, and athleticism in ways that have never been seen before. The Lakers didn't just acquire a star player, they might have landed the most complete basketball player in NBA history. The domino effect of organizational excellence, what makes this situation even more remarkable is how it demonstrates the difference between championship organizations and franchises that consistently underachieve. The Lakers recognize that great players go through temporary struggles and that supporting them through difficulties is how you build lasting success. Dallas, on the other hand, chose to interpret short-term challenges as permanent character flaws. They looked at injury-related conditioning issues and saw lack of commitment rather than recognizing the opportunity to support their franchise player through adversity. This philosophical difference explains why some organizations consistently compete for championships while others remain stuck in cycles of mediocrity. The Lakers understood that Dončić's temporary physical condition was irrelevant compared to his permanent basketball genius. The historic magnitude of this mistake, as we process the full scope of what Dallas has done, we're potentially witnessing one of the most consequential trades in NBA history. This isn't just about trading away a good player. This is about gifting a conference rival a superstar who is now more motivated and physically capable than ever before. The Lakers received a generational talent who has transformed his body, adopted championship-level training habits, and carries the psychological fuel of being underestimated by his former organization. It's the perfect storm of talent, preparation, and motivation that creates legendary careers and championship dynasties. Harrison's decision to trade Dončić because of conditioning concerns will likely be remembered as one of the most short-sighted moves in professional sports history. Instead of showing patience with a recovering superstar, Dallas chose to panic and created their own worst nightmare. watching their former franchise player become everything they hoped he could be while wearing another team's uniform. The transformation of Luka Dončić from out-of-shape question mark to men's health cover model represents more than just individual excellence. It's a masterpiece of motivation, dedication, and organizational intelligence that should terrify every team that will face the Lakers this season. This story has me absolutely fascinated by how different organizations handle adversity and talent management. Are you as shocked as I am by Dallas's decision-making process? Or do you think there were valid concerns that justified the trade? I want to hear your thoughts on whether this will go down as the worst trade in NBA history. Drop your predictions in the comments and smash that like button if you think the Lakers just pulled off the heist of the century.